Hi friends, Lindsay here for Swing Design. I hope you're having a great day. I'm on my phone today, so I know things look a little bit different. And if you could let me know that you can hear me, then that would be great. Just go ahead and say hi and let me know where you're watching from. And if it's cold there, because it's freezing here and I have my heat press on, so that's warming me up a little bit. But I'll show you the projects that we're working on because, and the SDX, the ScanNCut SDX, there's a new blade for the machine called the Vinyl Autoblade. So I can go ahead and just flip down the camera, or, you know, I can hold it up. So you might be familiar with the regular Autoblade. Actually, it's backwards, so let me go ahead and just flip it down just a second here. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, from snowy Norway. Okay, so I am going to, here we go. So this is my desk here, the clean part. All right, so you might be familiar with, if you have the ScanNCut SDX, they are, you know, DX machine, either the 125 or the 85. The Autoblade technology is really cool because it is going to just automatically detect the thickness and how, you know, you can just press send and it's gonna do the work for you. The same thing with the new vinyl Autoblade. So the only real difference is obviously this one's blue, you know, at the top so you can see it, but then the I think you can pick that up on the camera. The blade is so much more fine and precise. So let me go ahead and show you this one. So for like really intricate vinyl cuts, either HTV or adhesive vinyl, then this vinyl Autoblade is going to be your best bet. Now, but keep in mind that it's also still a good idea to test cut. And last night I cut this design, super beautiful, super intricate. It took me 30 minutes to weed this. This is Caesar HTV heat transfer vinyl, and it cut it out. I used the ScanNCut DX 125, and it cut it out just beautifully. But I did do some test cutting, and I'm going to show you how to do that, and then we'll do another cut, and we'll press this as well. So let me go ahead and bring in the machine here, and on my phone you can pick up the screen. So that's why I'm on my phone, because my camera for some reason does not really pick it up very well. And actually I want to set up my mat first. So let me move this out of the way. And so here's my ScanNCut DX mat. And I'm using a piece of Oracal 651. You can see that, but it's got that matte finish. That's because Oracal, the 51, the permanent adhesive, in black and white, you can get a matte finish. And I really, really like the matte finish. So 651 black matte. And I have linked to the products that I'm working with. So I am going to press this down really, really, really well. You always want to be working with the sticky mats. That's also another trick for a good cut, is working with a nice new mat. Is it Mickey? Mickey's asking if you can use the Autoblade with the CM machine, and you cannot. It's only for the DX machines. All right, so I have that on my mat here. Let's now go back to the ScanNCut, and I am doing a really, really tiny cut. You can see hopefully you can see this tiny little design right here. So I did that big design in the HTV. This time I'm cutting, the blade is going to be cutting a much smaller design in heat transfer vinyl. So I'm just going to put that in the machine. But I have found that it's just so much easier if you just do a test cut. So I'm going to show you how to do that because it really did save me on that mandala stream catcher. I had to do several test cuts, and then it just, I mean, it weeded like a dream because I got that perfect cut. So this is what you do. So I've got the design, you know, placed where I want it. I'm gonna go to OK, and I'm gonna select cut because that's what I want it to do. And then I'm gonna look at my cut settings. Half cut is on. Excellent. Pressure's at a 9. Let's maybe go ahead and change that. And let's go to auto. So here's the cut pressure, half cut, auto. And the reason I'm doing a half cut is because with the vinyl, you don't want to cut through the backing, just the vinyl layer. So I'm going to go, okay. All right, so now I can see here, pressure is auto, half cut on. Perfect. So then I'm going to press test because I want to do that first. And then you can see this little teeny tiny little triangle with, it's got a red box around it. If you press here, then you can move this triangle to a place on your mat where there is vinyl. So I know that under where I'm going to be cutting on my mat, I can put the test cut like right about there. So let's actually go ahead and load that in, load my mat in. Okay, cool. So yeah, so I've got the test cut exactly where I want it. I'm gonna press OK, and then I'm gonna press start. And let me see if I can just quickly tilt this down a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on. Sorry. Whoops. Ooh, sorry. So yeah, I just did that really quick cut because all it cut out was that. Sorry, I am using my phone and it's just a little bit, I have a different stand for it. So thanks for bearing with me. So in fact, I can actually go ahead and unload it. Let's see if you can pick that up here. There it is. All right, so then what you do is you take your weeding tool. I just use a regular like sewing embroidery needle, but you know, use your favorite tool. And while you know it's still on, while the vinyl is still on the mat, I'm gonna see if this is gonna, the triangle is gonna come up. And it is, it came up, but it kind of gave me a little bit of resistance. So I'm gonna do another one, and so I'm gonna load that back in. And then you just do the same thing, but obviously you would want to put the test cut in a different spot and adjust the cut settings. So to do that, you just go to I want to go to test again. Oh yeah, okay, so you press test again, and then let's adjust these settings. So you just press this gear icon, and instead of cut pressure at auto, let's try 4. Has anyone tried this before with 650 on? Do you know what is the best setting? And so then now I'm going back to just change that triangle, and it's gonna do another test cut. Maybe I can just move the machine over. That might be a little bit easier. All right, so there it is. And let's see. That's a little bit better. Okay, then I'm gonna try and pick up this. And this, oh my gosh, came up so much easier. It didn't get any resistance from it. That was perfect. So now I know that the settings that I have are gonna be perfect for my project. So I'm just going to then come back to here, and then all you do is press start. And then the machine, oops, no, don't turn off. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I need to get a better stand or something. But now that vinyl Autoblade is just doing its thing. One thing I also tested with the vinyl is that it came up easily, but it didn't cut through the backing. And it's so quiet. You probably can't even hear it, which one of the things I totally love about this. So then probably what you'd want to do, or what I like to do at least, is I write down that half cut pressure at 4 for Oracal 651, and that can be a starting point for next time. So that is just cutting it out. This is permanent adhesive vinyl, and I'm going to be sticking it to an acrylic keychain. So it's pretty small. This measures about 1 inch by, I think, 3 inches. And actually there is this like craft backing on it that I need to take off first. It comes on here so that it protects the acrylic. All right, so then now I'm going to do another test weed here. Before I've even unloaded the mat, I'll go ahead and test weed a little area, and that came up really, really nicely. All right, so I am happy with this cut because since I haven't unloaded it, if for some reason I wasn't happy with that cut, I could just run it through again, and it would cut on the same lines, or I could just adjust the settings and then cut on the same lines to get a better cut. But this is going to work really well. So let's go ahead and unload this and push this out of the way. This is a totally new setup for me, so thanks for sticking with me. All right, so we can unload that, and then I've got a lot of excess, so I am going to cut around that, and then I'll save this I'll cut this off and save this in my scraps. And then I'm actually going to come back to my mat and put the vinyl piece back on so I can do my weeding. That way the piece of vinyl will stay stuck down and it's not going to be curling up while I'm weeding. So I like to do all the little inner pieces first, taking those out. So I'll take those out first, although you can do what you like to do, your little ritual. I bet we all have like a little weeding ritual. Okay, and then there's one more right in here. Okay, and then I like to just go in and kind of pick out some of the tight spots, like in the middle of the N, the middle of between the D and the S. And usually in the Y, there's like a spot in there that the vinyl, it's not completely separated. All right, and so then I'm just gonna go for it. Gonna hook the edge here. And I always have best results when I kind of roll the vinyl back on itself instead of just pulling straight up. Just roll. And that's why it kind of helps to have already picked out these little places where they can sometimes get caught. Other than that, boom. And that, I think, is how the S is supposed to look. It's supposed to have a little thick part. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, no, maybe it is. I'll have to look at the design. But that came up very, very nicely. So I do recommend the test cut. So I think even next time I would still do a test cut with the same material just so that I don't waste that material. This is some transfer tape. And I really just need a small portion here. So I'm gonna cut that out. See, I got a little bit of vinyl stuck on the transfer tape. All right, peel that off. And then I am going to apply this transfer tape right over the top of this. You can use a burnishing tool if you want. If you like this font, I've linked to it in the description. And of course, if you want to check out the Brother ScanNCut machines and bundles that we have available, then that is linked in the description as well. I used the SDX 125, but the vinyl Autoblade will also work in the 85 as well. Okay, so next thing that's part of my little ritual is I actually peel off the vinyl. There we go. And then I just put it back on its backing. So now when I go to put it on my project, I know I'm not going to have any issues. If I wanted to do like the hinge method or something, I think I'm just going to go for it and just put it on here. All right, let's put that right there. And you want to burnish it really well. There we go. And then peel that off. Oh, so pretty. And then there's that craft protective backing on the back. So I'm going to take that off as well. Ay, it's really thin. Okay, there we go. So it's just a clear acrylic piece. And then I can add it to the keychain. So let's see. Oh, you know, here's your little jump ring. With your little jewelry pliers. Open that up. And then you've got a really cute little personalized keychain. And you can add all different kinds of little charms and, you know, all that fun stuff. So yeah, so that is the Vinyl Autoblade with Orcal 651. This is the Autoblade with the Brother ScanNCut SDX Autoblade with Caesar heat transfer vinyl. So now we're going to press this to a shirt. Look how, I mean, that's just, it took me about 30 minutes to weed, but only because it's so detailed. But literally I did not have any problems. Maybe you can even see there on the edge of the carrier sheet my test cuts. All right, so I am going to try and pull this over here, and let's actually go ahead and maybe flip it around so we can put that there. All right, this is the StarCraft. I love my heat press. This is StarCraft heat press. And let's go ahead and just do a quick pre-press. What is all this? So I have this warmed up to 305, which is the recommendations for Caesar Easy Weed. And I'm just gonna do a quick, like 2-second pre-press to just if there's any moisture in the shirt, it'll get it to lay nice and flat too. This press will prep the shirt for the actual pressing. And I will be using a pressing pillow too, so I will put that in there. And then I can check the pressure on the machine too. And actually, you could probably use a smaller, well actually you want the whole design to be able to fit on the pressing pillow. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna have to use this large one because what you want to do is keep the seams off of the pressing pillow so they don't interfere with your press. So I'm just particular, so don't mind me. You can do this as quickly as you want, but I don't know about you, but I want to make sure that this is gonna be right. Okay, so let's have that off. Okay, here here we go. And this is a V-neck, so it's got that nice seam right in the middle of the shirt, so that is really helpful. And then I'm going to just press it. Ooh, and I can already tell that that is way too much pressure. So I'm going to go back here and just adjust that. And still too much. Adjust it again. You don't need a lot. There we go. You don't need a lot of resistance. It should be easy to press that down. And then we have the design. So I'm going to peel that up here and align that. Now I could get out my ruler and measure it, but I am just gonna go for it. And I'm not sure that this part is gonna be on the heat press. This is, I think the design, I cut it at 11 inches tall. And the platen on this is 15 by 15, so it will fit. I just need to pull up the shirt and all. Okay, so there we go. All right, and now I'm going to press, but always a good idea to cover it as well. This is just a piece of parchment paper. So we're gonna go ahead and press for 15 seconds. And then we'll peel off the carrier sheet when it's hot. We'll go 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's actually move this over here so you can see it. I'm going to flip the camera back around. There we go. Okay, all right, here we go. And then let's do this. Now, I purposely used a tone-on-tone. This was a purple Easy Weed, but I like on a purple shirt, so it's very subtle, but I like that. I think it looks really cool. And there we go. So perfect. And this was again cut on the ScanNCut DX 125 with the Autoblade. Here, I'm just gonna switch this around here, which I was really, really happy with. Oh, my cheeks are all red because it's warm, but at least I'm not cold. So anyway, if you want to check out the ScanNCut machines, I have that linked in the description. If you like the designs, they're in there too, as well as the vinyl that I used. I hope that helps with your projects. And of course, we always love to see what you're making as well. So you can always post them in our Facebook group, Swing Design Facebook group in Facebook. So anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye.